going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City daily transfer update. I'm doing daily transfer updates here on YouTube throughout the whole January transfer window, so you guys can stay up to date with all the latest City transfer news every single day. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. We're now less than 300 subscribers from my goal of 40,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We smashed 750 likes on the last video, so let's go really ambitious here. 800 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. I do get your thoughts as well in the comments below. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by my friends over at Stocks FC. Stocks FC is a football stock market where you can buy stocks in your favourite players and earn cash rewards based on performances. Stocks FC are giving away 5 free stocks to every user that signs up this month to help get you started. It also gives you the chance to familiarise yourself with the platform. You can scout young new prodigies and buy them early before the price potentially rises. You can also buy stocks in star players too. Earn weekly dividend payments every time your player scores goals, gets assists and makes key passes. Free loan stocks are eligible for cash reward payments for 1 month, so why not get involved? Check the link in the description to get your 5 free loan stocks and begin your journey with Stocks FC. Alternatively, you can use the QR code on screen as well. And I would say a big thank you to my friends at Stocks FC for sponsoring this transfer update. So let's crack on with this video. Once more, no contract news, but we do have some information when it comes to the outs. We've got the very latest on James McAtee, and the Guardian have said that Fulham are continuing with their interest in James McAtee. Ipswich Town, they're also showing interest as well. It's believed that Fulham are currently pushing for this deal. They want a loan deal. Apparently, neither clubs, so both Fulham and Ipswich, aren't willing to part with more than £20 million worth of cash to give Manchester City to get James McAtee permanently, so they prefer to go down the loan route instead. Manchester City want James McAtee to stay and they hold him in high regard. James McAtee, he wants more minutes with Manchester City. Now, there is a chance that Manchester City could let James McAtee go in this window. However, that could be on loan, could be a permanent deal if any club's willing to pay the cash. Sounds like clubs aren't willing to pay that cash, so if that is the case, then if he is to leave on loan, if I was Manchester City before he leaves on loan, with him having 18 months left on his contract, I'd say sign a new deal and then leave on loan and see how he gets on at Fulham or Ipswich Town or wherever he may end up. We'll have to wait and see with what goes on from there. But apparently James McAtee concerned with the links of Omar Marmoush to Manchester City, because he feels like that's going to limit his playing time even more, and his minutes are already pretty limited. So to me, if I was in charge, I'd try and give this transfer as long as possible, see how things lie right at the end of this window, and if we can have a contract ready for McAtee to sign, and if he wants to go out on loan and City feel like the recruitment's been good in this window and we feel like we've got adequate cover to cover the squad with James McAtee, let him leave on loan. If not, he stays at Manchester City, he does a full season, and hopefully we can give him some more minutes to continue his development with the club. It could be a case of being patient, could be absolutely key and pay dividends to both James McAtee and Manchester City. We will have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on, we've got the very latest on Ilkay Gundogan, and InterLive have said that they, that's Inter Milan, have joined the clubs from Turkey and been interested in signing Ilkay Gundogan for free from Manchester City this summer. Now, if Manchester City don't choose to extend Ilkay Gundogan's contract, then he will leave for free on June 30th of this year. We do have the option to trigger an extension in his contract. I'm not too sure what the clauses are for triggering that contract renewal for Ilkay Gundogan. I presume that Man City would have to agree to the trigger of the extension rather than it being performance-based. Sometimes it's performance-based, where if Gundogan plays a certain amount of games, it triggers the extension automatically and he signs a new one-year deal. It could be a case where City just agree to trigger his contract and his contract rolls over for another 12 months. We'll have to wait and see. This article was interesting to me, though, because it did say that Ilkay Gundogan will definitely look to leave Manchester City if they don't enter into the Champions League for next season. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen with regards to that, but I imagine that Ilkay Gundogan more than likely will not be a Manchester City player past June 30th of this year, is where my indication is going. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a brand new name to speak about. Comes in the form of Juventus goalkeeper Michele Di Gregorio. Now, Mercato have said that Manchester City have been scouting goalkeepers in Italy and have identified 3 names so far. City looking at Juventus keeper Di Gregorio, aged 27. They're also looking at Parma goalkeeper Zion Suzuki, Japanese international, 22 years old, and also Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, 27-year-old goalkeeper over at Torino. Now, it was believed that Manchester City have recently scouted a game between Torino and Parma where they wanted to watch both goalkeepers, and City were impressed with Di Gregorio's performance against Manchester City in the Champions League recently when we played Juventus. Now, the stance from Juventus is that it would take a really good offer to tempt them to try and sanction a sale for Di Gregorio. Manchester City are expecting right now Ederson to ask to leave the club once more in the summer, with more Saudi Arabian interest coming in, and also Ederson kind of finding himself down the pecking order at Manchester City. So we could potentially be looking at a new goalkeeper, and if that is the case, that is something we'll look at in the summer. Interesting that we're getting linked once more with goalkeepers coming in from Italy. Now, moving on to the penultimate transfer, I want to speak more about Juma Bah, and Sports Witness have put some clarity on this story. Inter Milan are prepared to pay the asking price of €15 million. Manchester City and Barcelona, whilst interested, aren't prepared to right now. So Inter Milan moving quickly to get that deal done. Barcelona is just interest, but they've not made contact with Juma Bah's camp, whereas Manchester City are interested and have spoken with Juma Bah's camp, but they haven't followed up that interest with any more talks. So it is looking like, confirmed by Juma Bah's camp, that he is going to become an Inter Milan player. Now, moving on to the final transfer, takes us on to our daily update on Abdukodir Khusanov. It means we've got no Omar Marmoush transfer news for today. I imagine City are working on some things in the background later on today, or maybe tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have a follow-up update. But the latest on Khusanov, Richard Jolly at The Independent has said that Manchester City see Khusanov as a player for the future rather than a player capable of breaking in to the Manchester City team right now. So I'm wondering, maybe that might have an impact on where he decides to go this month. More so here that Manchester City are lacking centre-back, so I'd be surprised if we signed Khusanov. If we weren't going to let him stay at RC Lens on loan, then he would join Manchester City, and it would be good to have some options and allow him to get used to Manchester, to Pep Guardiola's system, give him some minutes here and there, and just give us more options when it comes to a centre-back. I know we're not paying 50, 60 million pounds like we did with the likes of Ruben Diaz, so I'm not expecting Khusanov to come in and be the finished article, but if we're willing to spend 20 to 30 million pounds, then I'd have thought that Manchester City would want to utilise Khusanov right from the off and right from this window, and that's been echoed by Ben Jecobs, who says that Manchester City are happy to pay around 30 million pounds to bring Khusanov in this month, rather than the original reported 20 million pounds. It was thought that RC Lens were looking for more than 40 million euros, and Ben Jacobs says we're looking at around 30 million pounds, maybe just a little bit above 30 million pounds. We'll have to wait and see. But the latest development that we've had in the last hour or so before I've edited this up is Ben Jacobs has said that Manchester City now are closing in on an agreement for a deal to sign Abdukodir Khusanov from RC Lens for a deal worth just over 30 million pounds. And I think that's great news to end today's transfer update. So there we go, that has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. Remember, 800 likes is the like goal. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do subscribe, less than 300 subs now from 40,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Daily Manchester City transfer videos here on YouTube for you guys to stay up to date with every single day, so do subscribe if you haven't already. It is free. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, a big thank you to Stocks FC, today's video sponsor, where you can go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Remember, anyone that checks out the link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I'll take you to the sign up page. Remember, it's free to sign up, and once you have signed up, you can make use of getting 5 free stocks as well. So do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. A lot of fun too, so why not go and enjoy yourselves and make use of them 5 free stocks as well using my link in the description or the QR code on screen. And I'll see you all again religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.